completely drained of all of his momentum in between games.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Battlefield.
Yep, there it is. And already leading it with the neutral air. But one of the tools that can actually give Wizzrobe the grab opportunities. But notice what happened. Wizzy kind of extended a little bit there, didn't quite get the hit, and he put himself in a bad spot where Trif could have actually edgeguarded him really early. He needs to make sure to tighten up those combos. You know when to hold back.
Yeah, Trif went a little bit too crazy there with his punish, going for the second forward aerial, which sent Wizzy inside because Wizzy was actually DIing inside. So Trif couldn't get him into edgeguard situation. Got battlefielded right there after a neutral area from Wizzrobe, which is very unfortunate for Trifasia, but it's a 5-game set if they both play it out like they want to. So I think he can make up for that mistake.
Yeah,
he has plenty of time.
Just like you said, with it being a best-of-5 set, they have definitely a lot of time to do adaptations. Right now, the match is still going pretty much even between these guys. And I like the way Trif is playing so far. I have to say, too, when I saw him playing against Armada, gave him like a he nodded his head, right? Gave him like approval, like, your Peach is definitely really good. But these recoveries from Trif, I don't know what's going on. This is the second time so far that he's been close to the edge. And to be honest, it's rare for me to see a character like Peach, actually fall right past the edge like that.
Yeah, he was so afraid of further up aerials from Wizzrobe's part when he was edgeguarding him there that he just forgot that he still had to snap the ledge to survive. He was like, very unfortunate. Oh, the Stitch Phase. Possibly Wizzy tried to catch him there with the neutral air, just trying to catch him with Z. Didn't get it, fortunately for Trifasia in this case. Ooh, and Trif gets him. It looks almost even, right? Even though Trif had basically 2 SDs.
Yep, even though he basically had 2 SDs right there, he's still doing not too bad. Trying to keep it close right now with Wizzrobe. Wizzrobe actually taking that position looked like that could have been a free neutral air for Trif. I'm surprised he couldn't get an opportunity.
The quick conversion there from Wizzrobe, putting Trifasia in a very bad spot, but he makes his way back into the stage.
Yep, using what you mentioned before, Peach can go for these air dodges after the down throw. Yeah,
and this should be it. All right, so it's even on stocks now, but Trif already sitting at 102%. Any raw knee will decide the fate of this stock, I think. But then again, Wizzrobe taking his time, dash dancing, and dash dancing is a very, very strong tool against Peach. I mean, what's he supposed to do? He's a speed racer, right?
Exactly, dude. You saw how far Wizzrobe could actually cover the space with like a short hop neutral air or even a knee if Trif decided to go for like a crazy turnip pull. But right there, Wizzy, I like that up air. Up air coming out so quick, has good range, and it looks like every time he manages to connect it on someone, they miss the DI and go all the way outward.
Yeah. Definitely. I think Trif was still trying to get a little bit further back, and Wizzy just caught him there.
That's it.
And due to Falcon having such awesome aerial mobility and a very, very strong initial dash animation, the time, like the frame where you can actually react to whatever he's throwing at you becomes very, very small, because he can basically run at you from any point on the stage.
Yep.
And you have a difficult time reacting to whatever he's doing. And that shows right now.
Yep, right now we have Wizzrobe just trying to see if he can close out this first game. Looking for opportunities to clip Trif, but Trif actually mixing up Wizzrobe. I think he was expecting an up throw, but Trif said, nah, not this time. Fourth throw, having such great frame data, the moment he threw him, Wizzrobe already just went straight across. But now we're both on 1 stock apiece. Trif with a couple SDs, but wait, beautiful stuff right there. Wizzrobe with a neutral antenne to close out game 1.
All right, so Wizzrobe takes game 1. I think as expected, on paper, Wizzrobe definitely the stronger player here. Far more experience, goes to so many tournaments where so many good players are in the US, but Trif definitely holds his own right here. It was quite the close game and quite a lot of flops from Trif, so if he can manage to pull himself together, he possibly can also pull through.
Yeah, most definitely. We saw those SDs right there where he just floated right past the edge. We hope to not see that again as they're going back on Battlefield. Wizzrobe moving faster than ever right here with these dash dances left and right, keeping Trif guessing. And right there, if you notice, Trif actually floated in the distance where Wizzrobe was able to get a free neutral air. He needs to make sure to respect Wizzrobe's the distance that Wizzrobe has close to him. He can't allow Wizzrobe to get those opportunities to get those neutral airs.
Yeah, definitely. It's very difficult for Peach to find the sweet spot where you can still react to what he's doing, but I think whenever Trif gets an opening, it actually works out in his favor. I mean, his openings, I think, in general, are stronger than Falcon's in this matchup because, you know, Peach flies pretty far away when she gets hit. But Falcon doesn't need too much, though, you know? I think it's kind of 50-50 in terms of punish game. With a slight edge for Peach, maybe.
Now, here's one thing I was going to ask you, Mr. Love. In the PAL version, I heard there was something about the weak knee.
Yeah, the weak knee is a lot weaker in the PAL version. So the classic like weak knee to strong knee combination doesn't work as well in PAL. If it works at all, you can always try to go weak knee to forward up aerial. That's what European players do.
Okay. So right there, we have Wizzrobe managing to sneak in that grab, and it's just insane how, you know, difficult it can be for a lot of other characters whenever Peach, you know, maybe at higher percents, right, where it's harder for them to close out. But Wizzrobe right there, you know, he manages to get that grab. He can just sneak in the knee, and that's it. So Peach has to play extremely careful. Wizzrobe right there showing respect, not trying to jump into a potential down smash at the platform.
Yeah. So one thing about the neutral game in this matchup is like, you know, Peach usually likes to float. Like her float is very, very potent tool. But against Cpt.Falcon, you don't want to do that too much because his up aerial is so strong and will hit you out of anything that you can do out of your float, right?
Yeah,
so
it's such an interesting game because, you know, a lot of times when Peach is facing characters, Peach tends to get a turnip and just float towards the opponent and, you know, toss out the turnip and you accompany it with an aerial, a float cancel aerial at that. But right there we have Trif that does have the lead. And going back to the point I was making, with Cpt.Falcon having that neutral air, you know, you don't want to be caught into the air or the up air too, because that could be the start of something really disgusting, you know, for the person on the receiving end.
Though you can always, at low percent, you can crouch cancel neutral air into a down smash. So if Wizzy decides to get in with a neutral air, but then again, you know, you have to guess basically.
And also, you know, if you're in the air, you definitely can't crouch cancel, which, you know, you have to watch out for too. But that was interesting. You saw Wizzrobe actually right there. He had the shield out, and he immediately just F-tilted out of shield right there.
Man, Wizzy going all the way out there with that up aerial, getting rid of the second stock of Trifasia. So the lead is decimating right now. Wizzrobe playing more disciplined than ever, not leaving Trifasia any space to go in there and get him, right?
Yep, and you notice if he does get a little too close to Trifasia and he can't like actually get a real combo going, he'll shield right underneath Trifasia too to wait to see if Trifasia will try to toss out an attack so that he can potentially, you know, defend the attack and then, you know, answer accordingly. But right there, what just happened?
Yeah,
man.
Very uncharacteristic mistake from Wizzrobe, who is a very clean technical player in general, and he just messed up a ledge dash right there. Poor Wizzy, that puts him in a very bad spot because he was not dying at any time soon from that point. But, you know, Falcon, on the other hand, can kill Peach quite effectively, quite quickly. And
that's what I'm saying.
We have an even game.
Just one neutral air to a knee, and immediately we're back to one second piece. But
carries him out.
Oh, and he tries his best to see if he can get that last hit back through. Definitely can't. I don't think that's going to be a good decision there. And Wizzrobe actually getting caught by the down smash. Triff in a good spot.
Dude, Wizzrobe getting caught by a down smash like this is very, very odd to see. Ooh, he got the turnip but didn't get the game. The edge hog is going to be enough. Trifasia takes it back to Battlefield and shows that he could have won that first game as well. Now the score is 1-1. I wouldn't have expected this to be as even as it is, but good to see. 9 kills to 7. That shows how many SDs Trifasia had.
Man, I definitely respect both of these players. You know, they're both great at the game. You know, you've seen Trifasia, especially at, if I'm not mistaken, Eclipse, right? Eclipse got a high placing. Wizzrobe as well, no stranger to getting high placings at tournaments. Great to see both of these guys in the top 8 right now going at it. And it's 1-1 right here, and both of these guys going to Battlefield, winning one each on Battlefield, to be exact. Let's see. And I believe what I heard from the production team is that that probably was a hand warmer. That
the object that Wizzy has at hand there,
Interesting. So we're going to Pokemon Stadium now. A lot of room for Wizzy to run around. And if you guys know Wizzrobe, man, sometimes he likes to make his opponents wait a little bit, you know? Ooh, that was pretty sick stuff right there. Trifasia's saying, I mean, Wizzy's saying it doesn't even matter if you try to drop the turnip in the middle to break the combo. I will still continue.
Yeah, he just catches his float with the up area and then proceeds from there. It's easy pickings when she doesn't have the float left.
And I kind of like how Wizzrobe is adapting to the DI too. He noticed that, you know, if Peach at lower percents, DI's all the way out, he can just go for a running regrab. But right now, Triff putting all these attacks together.
Oh my goodness, what is happening right now? Trifasia getting off.
Uh-oh, and it looked like he was just about to be able to finish it, but right now we have Wizzrobe. He's a bit bruised, but he's actually in a decent spot to still be able to get a grab and potentially end the stock here for Trif.
Yeah. Oh,
That's scary. I was surprised that Trif let Wizzy land on the platform like that.
Yeah, me too, me too.
Uh-oh, bad aerial.
Fortunately for Trif, he was on the other side of the stage, so he didn't die from that knee, but... Ooh, very good evasion there. No mix-up, just going straight down with the umbrella. Good work there. Ooh, and the stitch phase.
Yep, I definitely see it. Scary stuff. Is he going to throw it? And Wizzy takes it to the head, losing that stock.
All right, so we have a stitch phase in play now. Will Trifasia be able to capitalize on it? Oh, whoa, he will, and he got it again.
He's going. Wizzy, you can't block this. It's about to eat your shield, man.
Oh my goodness, sweet Jesus. That stitch phase put in a lot of work, actually, for him. Hitting twice, getting rid of one stock, and 49% on the next one. Definitely. So yeah, that definitely brought Trif back into that game.
That was so smart. Just staying right above, staying above him just, to evade the threat of a get-up attack. And right now, ooh, respect here from both of these guys.
Yeah, the spacing on that float right above the get-up attack was perfect.
Oh, and I'm surprised right there. Actually, Trif wasn't able to get a follow-up. Nice. And good DI out right there by Trif. He had to, if I'm not mistaken, that might have been smash DI.
Yeah. So Trifasia definitely giving him the crown to the face there, saying like, no, don't edge guard me like this. I only have 2 stocks left. Come on, man.
Ooh. And right there, we just saw the weak knee. Never mind. Wizzy said, let's run that back. He gets the stock right there, and he has a sizable lead right here on Trifasia. Only 1 stock now, but I still call that a lead after what everybody else says. Let's go.
All right, the neutral air follow-up on the platform. Trif DIing away, so Wizzy doesn't get a follow-up. And now he goes for the up aerials again, seeing that it's a lot more potent tool to juggle her in the air. Some people call it air wobbling for a reason, right?
Oh, man. I mean, if you could DI out, man, I feel like you shouldn't have the word wobble connected to that.
That's true,
right?
That's true.
Because last time I checked, whenever people complain about wobbling, it's like, oh, you can't DI out. But anyway, here we go. Wizzrobe.
Yeah, Wizzrobe most likely to take that game. If nothing super crazy happens, then I think he has this in the bag, and Trif already starts to think about his counter pick, because a 114% against 2 Falcon stocks that are basically untouched, gonna be a difficult time for him. But he is giving it his all. All right.
Right there, that was really tough for Trif. Basically, Wizzrobe just kept sticking out that back air poke over and over, looking for opportunities. And here comes the moment where Trif caught Wizzrobe trying to move off of the platform. Peach's up air is so good, dude. Yeah. Again, actually.
And the weak reverse, Nicki Minaj there getting him off stage, but he is so high up there that he has all the room in the world to recover and all the aerial drift to abuse, and that's why Trif couldn't take that stock.
All right, guys, we're going to go straight into Game 4 here on the Fountain of Dreams counter pick. Back in the day, a lot of people used to call this that common anti-Captain Falcon counter pick, but a lot of the Captain Falcon mains nowadays are getting so good at shield dropping that if you take them here, you might actually put yourself in a bad position, especially if they're on a platform. Yeah,
the platforms here are so low that shield drops cover so much space in general. It can get very dicey when you play against Captain Falcon on that stage nowadays. Though it's still, the platforms hinder his neutral game, definitely.
Yes.
All right. Trif, but there's no platforms right now except for the top platform, because the stage actually transforms randomly and switches platforms. It's the only real RNG in the game, I think.
Ooh,
as far as competitive play goes in stages.
It looked like right there, yeah, that's interesting, right? I just realized that. I never made a point about that too in the past about Fountain of Dreams, but we're going to go straight in here. It looks like Wizzrobe, this is a bit scary for him now, because, knowing that he's at high percents, if he tries to sneak in an aerial and does get a bad trade, we might have Trif in a really good position. But Trif, ooh, sneaky. Going for the down air like that, that can actually put him in a bad spot. He could have gotten an up air or knee, but instead he managed to sneak by, making Wizzy lose that stock.
Trif survived that strong back air right into the face with immaculate DI, almost dying off the top there from that DI. Ooh, he gets an opening. Doesn't get the up air follow-up. It's very difficult for Peach because her double jump is very, very slow. So Wizzrobe got out of that situation rather quickly, but Trif is still in the lead and extending it.
Yep, and it's interesting too, 169%, and he ain't scared to still crouch cancel against Captain Falcon.
Yeah, you can still crouch cancel the jab, so let's go, right?
Exactly. Ooh, this is not going to KO. I was about to say Falcon dive of all things.
Yeah, that would be funny. I think Ganon's dive is a lot stronger, right?
Ooh. What is it called? I forgot.
The Wizard Huck? I don't know.
Oh, I know they have Wizard's Foot, Gerudo Dragon, Warlock Punch, and I can't believe I forgot the other one. Oh, well.
Yeah. Anyway, another stock taken by Trifasia, while Wizzrobe was a little bit, you know, he wanted to finish that stock off, so he wasn't dash dancing anymore. He was trying to throw out hitboxes, and Trifasia picked that up perfectly and picked more turnips and threw them in his way, so he could build up the damage very, very slowly. And now Wizzrobe is back to his trademark dash dancing again, and it works out perfectly.
And you notice, so he included like an immediate double jump out of that dash dance, sneaking behind Trif and getting that up air.
Yeah.
A lot of times people don't really recognize that. You could go for like immediate double jumps too to get a little bit more height. It's a risky maneuver though, knowing that you don't have access to double jump if you get hit.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh-oh.
All right, the reverse neutral air kind of put Wizzrobe off stage, and he makes it back.
And situations like this right here, Wizzrobe has to be careful with some of his combos, man. 121.
Yeah, that's a lot of percent there on Wizzrobe again. Wow, Trifasia making this counter pick work by basically out-camping him, right? I would have never thought that I see a Peach out-camp a Cpt.Falcon, but for some reason, like, you know, now that Peach has the lead, Cpt.Falcon has to come to her, and Trifasia is very good at abusing that.
Especially the way the stage is built too, right? The way it's set up. Noticing the way the platforms are, Trif strategically places himself in a way where that Wizzrobe, if he does try to approach, he can potentially put himself in a bad spot.
Yeah. And now he doesn't want to be on that side of the stage where there's no platforms, right? Yeah. So, yeah, Wizzy definitely like pulled him out of his spot a little bit there.
Oh, and Trif is actually being a little brave, hanging out on the left side like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But, you know, he sees Wizzrobe top platform camping even though he is like 2 stocks behind. So Trif is like, all right, so I'm going to throw something else at you so you actually come to me because this camping is not going to work, my man. Yep. And then he goes to the stage to the part of the stage where he's in the worst spot imaginable, and Wizzy comes, and it actually works out for Wizzrobe.
Dude, I actually felt like that back air was a little scary, but he kind of had to take that risk, burn the double jump to see if he can get it. Knowing how Peach, using that float, you can weave in and out a little bit. Okay.
Wow. Calm down, Wizzy. He tried to go for a nipple spike there.
Oh, man. And right now, Trif is taking so much damage. Is that a stock?
Wow. Yeah, that's what happens on Fountain of Dreams, because even though the stage has a very, very high ceiling, which makes it good against Fox for Peach, the sides are not as far as you could imagine.
Wizzrobe looking like, okay, never mind. He waits right there. He takes the hit, and again, he doesn't like being greedy.
Yeah.
The DIN, recognizing it, got the knee. One more.
This is also tournament, like, this is match point for Wizzrobe, right?
Yep, but now Trif is not scared. Trif is actually swinging right now, throwing out a lot of neutral airs. Sneaky stuff by Wizzrobe. That's such a risk.
Uh-oh, he goes for the back throw, right? But Wizzy is going to make it back, right? Oh, that dash attack could be curtains, and there we go. Hits him with an unnecessary but still very, very revealing back aerial that shows that Trif really wants to show Wizzy, right? So, it's game 5.
Yeah, and if you look at it, before Wizzy did go for the recovery towards the edge, and then after that, once Trif back through him, Wizzy went for it again. He kind of went high, then drifted back, and Trif recognized that opportunity, went for the dash attack, and took that stock. I wonder if Wizzy should have probably went for the top platform. You would never know, because what if Trif just went for the neutral air? It's a 50-50 situation.
Yeah. So yeah, he basically lost that coin flip and made his progression in the bracket a little more volatile. Going to game 5, realizing that his Pokemon Stadium counter pick is out of the window now. I think there's potentially Dreamland is a very good stage for Cpt.Falcon.
Oh yeah.
And also on Yoshi's story, you can kill her pretty quickly. So those are the stages that I'm expecting. Possibly they're going back to Battlefield. You never know.
You know what? Another thing I just thought about. I have yet to see Wizzy actually use the edge cancels with the up B.
Oh, that's true.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
That can probably help him out a little bit as well. But anyway, we're gonna go straight into game 5 here on Yoshi's story. Since it's gonna be more close quarters, shorter blast zones, we might see Trif get KO'd at earlier times than expected.
Then again, Cpt.Falcon's recovery also suffers a little bit from that because he enjoys having his drift is basically his best recovery tool because the recovery in and of itself is not as good, right?
But having the access to the cloud, that can at least help Wizzy a little bit as well when it comes to his recovery.
Also the wall jumps.
Yes, true indeed. All right.
Yeah. Wizzy took the first stock. quite quickly with a knee.
And do notice how Triff is being a little more aggressive too, right? Like he's not even like dash dancing. He's not hanging out by the edge like we saw in Final Dreams. This time he notices that this is Yoshi's story. Wizzy's counter pick. Wizzy now feels way more comfortable to approach, so Triff has to switch up his game plan.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Man, he whiffed that dash attack, and Wizzrobe was uncharacteristically not able to follow up on that, as he usually is.
Oh, Triff is just trying to stay on top of Wizzrobe as much as possible. Wizzrobe needs to watch out because, sneaking in. Did you see the DI right there?
Yeah.
Only taking one hit of that neutral air. Wizzy.
Uh-oh. And, oh, wow. Okay, all right. I see you, Triff. Triff, very, very evasive right there.
He has to be.
Yeah, good stuff by him because, yeah, any strong hit will kill him now. How did that up air not hit? Oh, going for the regrab. Oh, down throw so he can get the tech chase on the thing. Yeah, very, very smart stuff by Trifasia, extending the combo.
And Wizzy actually, Falcon diving out of there. I can't believe he actually kept his shield up for that long.
Yes.
And then finally decided to just go in with that neutral air and actually landing it on Triff like that.
Yeah, Wizzrobe's such a strong, patient player, man.
Yeah, definitely. Patience is his middle name.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to be the stock. Oh, no, it's not. Amazing DI there by Wizzrobe. Still alive.
161, man. Smart by Triff, and of course.
He gets a double turnip hit to neutral aerial edge guard on like 150%. That's crazy.
Okay, Wizzy definitely had to go for a buffered roll in that situation. Really fortunate that he opted for that option.
Yep.
Ooh, Trifasia.
Oh, Triff wanting to force his way back into the center stage, and Wizzy's like, denied, my man.
Not this time.
Yeah.
This is potentially the last game here.
Yeah, it's the last stock for Trifasia in this tournament. Not getting the regrab, wow.
I wonder if it's because he messed up the JC grab? Huh.
Yeah, possibly.
Or maybe even the DI too from Trifasia. Okay. Gets the DI down on that. Trifasia taking way too much right now, dude. Whoa, crouch cancel.
Oh, the tech was so good by Trifasia. Otherwise, he would be dead by now. Oh, man.
And that was very good DI out right there by Wizzrobe. He's still in firm control of the stage. Triff actually could have got kneed right there on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, moving back, Wizzrobe showing respect to Triff. Triff, it's good fair right there. He has to press his advantage.
Oh, no, and Triff with the finger flubbs. Now, does he want to go to Randall? Oh, and he misses Randall because Randall moves out of the way. This is going to end the stock in a very, very unhype way, I would say.
Not like this, man.
Triff ended the set the same way he started it, with an SD while recovering.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, man.
I wonder if him SDing in the beginning was just a foreshadowing of how the set was going to end. Man.
Yeah, maybe.
What a sad way to go, man.
Poor Triff. So Wizzrobe